jolt and then you'll die.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Exquisite back with a brand new video for you guys today. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top, not in any chronological order, games that I'm waiting for in 2022 that I plan on playing and checking out. There's going to be a lot that don't make this list. These are just going to be the general ones that I will play. Some of them are going to be ones that I'll check out, look at, but mostly these are just going to be the ones that I will be playing. There's going to be 3 PC titles that I'm waiting for to come out, and then there's going to be the rest is going to be 7 mobile games. So let's get into number 10. Number 10 is going to be Blue Protocol. It is being developed by Bandai Namco. It is one of my more anticipated games that I've been waiting for a long while. It is going to be a free-to-play game. There's not going to be any pay-to-win aspect. It is going to be an MMORPG, ARPG, and the only things that are going to be bought in this game, as what the developers are saying so far, is only going to be cosmetic items. Just something to spice up and differentiate each player from each player, kind of, in a way. It's going to be grindy. It's going to be, just because it is all free to play and everything. So if you guys had a PC, I'm pretty sure it should be able to run on about anything. Well, not anything, but it should run on a fairly decent. And if you guys are looking forward to this game, then leave something down in the comments so I know, because this is going to be a game that once it does release, I'll probably start streaming it and making videos on, just because I've been keeping my eye on it for quite a while now. There is going to be, at beta test, there was 3 or 4 classes. I think on full release, it's going to be releasing in Japan first. There's going to be I would say 5 to 6 classes, and there's no like class in general. There's no like tank class, healer class, or anything like that. Each class is going to have their own heals, their own thing like that, but you can make for what you want for that class. But this is number 10. It's going to be on my radar. This is the one that I don't think may be coming out in 2022, maybe end of 2022. There hasn't been much talk about it on Twitter or any of the communities. They've kind of gone silent for it. I think they're just taking their time with the game and making sure it comes out as a good product from Bandai Namco. So let's get into number 9. All right, number 9 is going to be Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This is the second PC title. It is part of the Borderlands franchise. If you guys know who Borderlands is a huge franchise. I've been watching them, playing their games ever since Borderlands 1 came out. Played Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands pre-sequel. Didn't play Borderlands 3. I don't know why I haven't played. I've watched a lot of videos on it. I kept up with like the story of it and everything like that. I just haven't played Borderlands. And I can't wait for Tiny Tina Wonderland to come out, just so I can get back into the Borderlands franchise and play that game. This is going to be another game. Once it comes out, I'll probably be live streaming over on Twitch, just because it is a bigger game, and Twitch will be able to handle that more than just live streaming on here, and grow the viewer base in general. This is for all the games in general. Borderlands just has such a good, like, there's so many memes in it. There's so many Easter eggs from different games all over. The comedy of the game is insane. Claptrap is probably one of the biggest icons of the game. And Tiny Tina, her as a character, I just love. She's an amazing character, and they well thought out. I can't wait for this game to come out. It just looks so amazing. I've always loved their artistic style that they've brought to the game, and it's just gotten better through each game that's came out, each franchise. This franchise is just so good. And this time that it's gonna be a lot of loot, but there's also going to be like kind of like magic or spells that are getting involved into the game. So it's not just going to be a shooter kind of game. There's going to be different stuff that they're adding to this. There's Tiny Tina. And if you don't know where this game originated off of, it originated off of the DLC in Borderlands 2, Tiny Tina's Escape on Dragon's Keep, or Dragon's Keep, something like that. It's based off that because whenever you are playing that DLC, you're kind of like hopping into her story or her board game, and that's iconic actually right there, blowing up the ocean. But that's Tiny Tina right there. If you guys don't know who she is, she's an amazing character, and I can't wait to start playing this game and get back into it. And there's gonna be so much more customization instead of playing like your set 4 characters that are in the game. In some games there's 6. I think Borderlands 2 there's 6, and then Borderlands sequel there's 5. But I can't wait for this game to come out as well. The second PC title that we're going to be covering, and let's get into the third PC title as well as number 8. All right, so number 8 is going to be Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. This game has actually been in the work for about 3 to 4 years. The first trailer that was released was back 3 or 4 years ago, I believe, and it's come a long way, and they're finally releasing it. It's supposed to be released this year. Can't wait for this game. It's going to be developed by Games, and the visuals, the everything about it is just going to be an amazing game. The artistic style, the immersion of the story, it's going to be worth getting your hands on. Just the graphics in general are just amazing. The facial features. Oh, it looks so good. But like I said, this has been in the works for 3 to 4 years. And they're finally saying like, yep, it's time to release it. I think we made a good product. I can't wait to dive into the story of it. I can't believe this franchise has come this far to make something like this kind of game. It's just crazy, and to see how far gaming has gone since even a couple years ago, it came so far. PC and especially mobile gaming, because mobile gaming has hit it off and is doing a lot of things that no one ever thought could happen. Oh, I can't wait. I think it comes out this summer, I believe so. But yeah, I think it goes right here. Grand Blue Fantasy, Relink, and should say at the end of this. Oh yeah, available worldwide 2022 right there. PS5, so it's gonna come only to the PlayStation stores, and Steam as well. So this is gonna be the third title on the list for PC games that I'm looking forward to playing, and that's the final one. The rest is gonna be mobile games. So if you guys are waiting for the mobile games, we're gonna be getting into that right now. Let's get on to number 6. All right, and getting into number 6, we're looking at Project Snow. Now, Project Snow is not that's not going to be its final name. It's just the project state of the game. Project Snow is going to be a third-person shooter, kind of like the Tom Clancy The Division. I would say kind of like that. Does have a good aesthetic. I can't wait to see what the story unfolds with the game, just because of it kind of gives me Punishing Gray Raven vibes, but there's a lot of other things just because it is a shooter type style game. Boss battles are going to be kind of crazy in this game too, just because, I mean, you'll see in a minute, but the boss battles have, or it just looks like the boss battles have like a full health pool, like a big health pool, and then each limb or like their head or their legs or arms, they have their own health pool. And just look at it, it just like, it looks so good. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be more instant base or instance base, not so much as open world, just due to the fact how they're showing this, it just shows that it's going to be an instance base instead of open world. The boss battles just look insane. There's dodge mechanic. The boss's ults just look crazy. I can't wait to play this game. There was a beta test. I believe it was a closed beta test, and I didn't get my hands on it, and I couldn't play it. But I can't wait for this game to come out. And hopefully they do another beta test, at least an open beta test, so I can get my hands on it and share content with you guys. That was where I was talking about how she was shooting the arms and they were doing their own, see how it's popping up red on like the legs or the arms? That's going to be the different health pools, and that'd be a cool mechanic to see if the legs or the arms end up falling off when to do so much damage or end up breaking. And this is like the ending. And like I think they have like little spirit. Kind of reminds me of JoJo's Adventure, if anybody's seen that anime. But that's Project Snow. So let's get into number 5. Are we on number? Oh, this is number 7. Let's get into number 6. And number 6 is gonna be Aether Gazer. Aether Gazer has had a lot of beta tests, or no, it's only had 1 or 2 beta tests. It has had a lot of hype behind the name. It used to be another project game, just right before they ended up picking up the title for it, which was Aether Gazer. I think it used to be called Project Pamir. And I can't wait for this game to come out. Just getting into the story of it, it kind of gives me Honkai Impact vibe. Even though I've never played Honkai Impact, it's crazy, I know. Everyone's played that game. But I can't wait for this game to come out just because of the mechanics in it and how you are going to be using the heroes that you. And the trailer reminds me kind of like Punishing Grave Raven. If you guys have played that game, Punishing Grave Raven, there's a character named Lucia. This character right here reminds me of Lucia. So clean. The cinematic trailer just looks so good. And this is going to be a Chinese title game at first, and I hope it comes to global. I don't think the developers have said anything about it coming to global just yet, but it's going to be coming in CN, and it should be coming off TapTap, so you should be able to download it and play it whenever it comes. Look at that, like, cinematic is just amazing. Like, the developers knew what they were doing whenever they played, or whenever they made this trailer. Boom. Big boss coming out. Oh wow, that thing is big. And that was when the beta test was, like that was back in September 16th, 2021. And hopefully we get another beta test soon this year before it final. But I guess that's Aether Gazer, and let's get into number 5. Number 5 is going to be Prometheus. Prometheus, Dimkroon. Dimkroon is who the. But Prometheus, the trailer at first is kind of misleading. Just think of it as like I don't know if you guys have back in the day read books that have pop out animations, kind of or not, like a pop-up book where things pop up at you whenever you're flipping the page. The beginning of the trailer is what this game does, and it's kind of misleading. You're like, "Oh, I don't know how this is," because like the chibi characters at first, like right here, but you're like, whoa, this is kind of like, this is a cool like animation, just it going down, flipping the page, and then popping back. It's kind of telling a story, going on an adventure, going through the different scenes, like they're like weapons or something. Tail, mushroom type forest biome. There's a big dragon. Cross it. Looks like the dragon died and then froze over. Mushroom forest again. Looks like something in the mushroom forest. Now there's a big sword in that. Looks like these are going to be boss battles. And this is where you're like, whoa, like this game looks like I need to play this. And I was the same way. Like, I like the Minecraft vibe, like the cube kind of like pixelated vibe and background, and just like look how far it goes back. Like, it's just like the detail, just even like, I mean the gameplay is plain, but like the detail out in the back just looks amazing. And that reminds me of like Super Mario Bros. Or is it Smash? No, it's Smash. You do enough damage to your opponent and they just go flying like off the screen, and that's how you like win. But it's gonna be action RPG. That doesn't look like there's gonna be any sort of auto playing in the game at all. Look at the numbers on this. Insane. I can't wait for this game to come out. It just looks so clean, and it looks like each you could have your characters, and each you could have different weapons for your characters with different like gear sets and everything like that. Oh, Prometheus was so good. I can't wait for it. I want to see the story on it, see what it's about. That stuff. Hopefully there is going to be a beta test soon. Let's go into number 4 around now. Yeah, it should be number 4. Let's get into number 4. So number 4 is going to be Phantom Blade Executioners, developed by S Game. There is a open beta that you can sign up for. You just have to put in your email and hopefully get picked out of the people that have submitted, and hopefully you get into the beta. But this game, if they do this game right, I think it could last quite a while, just because of the flow of things, just how it is in the game and everything. Like, it looks like a well-developed game just because of the cinematics and the storytelling and how it's gonna play as a game in general.
Tears have already run dry.
I was no longer a complete human being. I had become what I was fighting against. Maybe it's better.
Like, this artistic style is so nice. And that's like how the game is gonna be. So if they pull this off, then it's just gonna be amazing.
But now reduced to walking husks, soulless and insane.
And it doesn't look like this is going to be auto either. It's going to be ARPG. You'll be able to dodge. You'll be able to move away from old. Like, this is what I'll talk about the cinematic. They already have this set up. They have a high budget for this game.
And we will eradicate this poison from the source.
Endless combat. So I think there's going to be different like weapons and different like skills and everything like that. There's the gear, there's the skills that you could use on each character, and I would think like that each character has their own like passives, stuff like that, or skills with their weapons. Oh, it looks so good. Like the art style in general And there's gonna be co-op, so you could do boss raids or and there's PvP. Like, look at this PvP. Look that, like, I'm gonna play against y'all in there. That is Phantom Blade Execution by S Gaming. It's gonna be available on. There's gonna be a PC client. There is gonna be iOS and Google. So you'll anybody and everybody be able to play this, and it is coming out. So that was number 4. Let's get into number. All right, so number 3 is gonna be Crystal of Atlan. Crystal of Atlan is gonna be another anime MMORPG. With this time, this one's gonna have jump mechanics, which is a lot different than some of the other MMORPGs that are releasing on mobile. They have the dashes in there, but this one's gonna actually have like vertical jump. You can go vertical with it. I know Blade Executioners, you can go vertical with it. It looked like it, or maybe that was just skills. But this game, you'll actually be able to jump over skills or anything like that, which is kind of different from what the other games are doing. This kind of reminds me of like Genshin Impact. I don't want to like relate to Genshin Impact just because Genshin Impact is kind of what started this kind of style, and just because it got so popular, it kind of made it into its own like genre almost. Looks like it's gonna be open world. You're gonna have different characters instead of you making your own character. Then looks like there's gonna be day and night cycles. There's gonna be fodder mobs, boss mobs. I don't know if it's gonna be instance. It doesn't look like it's gonna be instant based. It looks like it's gonna be an open world. But there might be some like cases of where there is. And there's a jump mechanic. Ult animations, it looked like. Different classes, like the speed of the skills and like the attack speed of the general basic skills just look like it matches with the game flow. There's some jump skills, and he was dashing too. A magician, it looks like. Oh, this game. This 2022 is going to be a big year for gaming. And this one, I don't think it is any auto in it, just due to the fact like where you're aiming the skills, it looks like where it's going to go. And then especially if you saw like the shooters are able to free aim at a character, and instead of like usually with an auto it's like linear, you only shoot like in one direction, you only shoot straight, and this one you're able to shoot like whatever target pretty much. So it doesn't look like it's going to be any auto, but we'll see whenever it comes out. My auto path, but we will have to get more details on it. So that was number 3. Let's get into number 2. So number 2 is going to be Honkai Star Rail. It's part of the Honkai series, and which is or it's made by MiHoYo, which is Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact third. I think there was another Honkai Impact as well. Same studio. This time it's going to be turn-based instead of ARPG style, and they are going in a different direction. You'll be able to move freely with the world, but once you like run into like, you know how in Pokemon you run into the bushes and a Pokemon pops out, but you run into the enemies in this game, and that's how you start like battle for the turn-based system, start getting kicked on. But other than that, it looks like it's very story driven. It's not the same as the Honkai series, but it is a different universe, so it kind of takes place in the same world. In Honkai, MiHoYo has always done a great job with like storytelling and characters. The scenery looks amazing. Like I said, it's gonna be like you're walking around in this scenery, probably open chest, interact, But whenever it comes to the turn base, you initiate it by running into, or the enemy running into you. So I think right there, if you were to run into any of those enemies, that'll start the turn base. There is breaking. You break with type advantage or element advantage to the enemy, so you kind of like stun lock them for like a turn or so, and that procs different passives, but that's only if you use type advantage on the initial hit. You kind of see the ults are going to be, I think all the skills are like animated, not just like the ult. And I don't think this game's gonna have any PvP. It looks like it's just gonna be story based, and hopefully it does have a good story. I was hoping, since it is a turn-based game, that it would get, you could kind of like say like, oh, my heroes, I'm battling against the same heroes and I'm beating them, like you geared up better. But we'll see. They may add PvP in a later date, but it seems like it's gonna be only PvE at the moment and solo. I think there was talks about multiplayer, or there is multiplayer. It's just you choose one character and then 3 other players come in with their own characters, and that's how you do battle. But we'll see about that. I still have hope for Honkai, and it looks like a great game in general, because it is by a good studio, MiHoYo. But we'll see about that. So that was number 2. Let's get into the last one that I'll be covering. And like I said, all these games aren't in any chronological order. It's not going from what I'm thinking as the lowest tier to the highest tier. It's just going on the how many games, and a lot of games didn't even make it to this list. It was just the games that I'm most excited for. So there's a lot that I'm waiting on that's going to be coming out as well, that will play on the channel and give it a try, or give it a try first and see if I want to make content on it. But we'll see in the future. I have high hopes. So the last one I'm going to kind of do as a 2. There is going to be Full Metal Alchemist. That is going to be coming out. I think this is pretty long, but it's not, but it's developed by Square Enix. Square Enix has always done an amazing job on games. Anything they put their hand in just does amazing, cinematics wise, story wise, anything like that. It does look like it's going to be a Street Fighter-ish kind of game as the combat goes, but it's going to be MMORPG going out and around the world of Full Metal Alchemist. And then the next one that kind of follows like that same category is going to be Black Clover. This one I'm not sure if it's going to be like a ARPG, or it almost seems like it's going to be turn-based, just because you'll be able, how the UI is in the trailer. How the UI is in the trailer, and how you could look, find the characters, but like right there, like you'll be able to, like, there's the captains, all the squad, there's oh, there's a picture of it. I didn't have a video, but looks like it's gonna be turn-based. Like, here's your like unlock. There's gonna be different dupe levels, I would presume, just because there's a 5-star system, and I guess you would get the character on the first like 0 stars, and then dupes come after that, or however. And it looks like it's gonna be stamina based. There's gonna be gold and another currency here. But that's why I think it's not gonna be an ARPG. It's gonna be turn based, because there's gonna be so many characters up here, and then you have your walking around the world. But I don't know how it's gonna be initiated. But it looks good. Hopefully, like the boss dungeons or mechanics are good. If this was an ARPG, that'd be amazing. Just trying to like go past, or like instead of it'd be good if it was an RPG, so it could go into like the skills of each character and everything like that. Just like some like 4 skills of each character or something like. But I presume it'd be. But that's gonna do it for all the 10 games that I have. I mean, like I said, there is a lot of games. If we go back on my following list, there's this game that just came out. Looks like it's released on January. I haven't taken a look at it. First 1999 has really high hope, very story driven. Project Arrival, it's gonna be an MMORPG shooter game. Undecember, and then Torchlight. Undecember, I tried to get into the Korean version, but the Korean version is IP blocked and I couldn't get in there. And it is coming to global, as well as Torchlight is coming global. These both are going to be Diablo Immortal type games, different skills for your different characters, and then just how it has that bird's eye view down on your character. You're fighting like hordes of mobs. So we'll see how these games do. I wanted to get into in December just because it is like more of a gory style game, like Dark Souls, but they did IP block, so I couldn't get into Korea, which I don't know. I don't understand why it's IP block, but it looks like global is kind of right around the corner. And Jaeger I covered. Project Koshka, I don't know about high hopes on it. Naraka Blade Point, there's a PC version of that. My Hero Ultra Impact is coming to global. When is the question, but it is coming to global. Drud looks like a different kind of style. Reminds me of like Galaga. You're fighting in the sky on like brooms with witches, and you're kind of like shooting like how Galaga would be. Just more 3D-ish, I guess you could say. Grand Saga, another really good game. There is a Korea and a Japanese version, and I've heard that they're trying to move it over to Western or global. But we'll see about that. Noah's Heart, Dragon Raha creators are making this game another open world MMORPG. Tower of Fantasy, global kind of got canceled in a way. Maybe in the future there's going to be a global, but as far as right now, Tower of Fantasy isn't looking too hot. Warframe Mobile, that's there because I've played the version and I've always liked the Warframe guys, and they're still going pretty strong. Actress, then we covered. But that's gonna do it for you guys today. I hope you guys like this kind of style video. I hope you guys are liking the new thumbnails. That's gonna be kind of like the structure of how I do thumbnails, just how they look. I just think it looks a lot cleaner, easy. It's very readable and everything like that. But if you like, comment, and subscribe, show some support, and it keeps me motivated to keep doing videos like this. And then once these games do come out and we do end up getting more releases, I'll end up covering those as well. But I'll see y'all in the next. See ya.